Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another Caster Chronicles spoiler talk. So we're going to go over the last week's spoilers. There's a playlist if you guys have missed the other videos. You can go check them out and see the spoilers so far. A lot of stuff came out and some pretty cool things. So we'll get right into it. So first we got Lamori or Emori. I actually don't know. Emori Lamori. It's a 4-cost servant, 2000 attack, 2000 defense. It's a Haishi. Once again, going back into what we've been talking about with the Haishis and the other ones. Enter effect, search your deck for a Haishi not named her, Emori, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So it's one of these search cards. It's a staple in every single card game. I think there was already another one similar to this, maybe in Casters. I don't know if it was already released or just spoiled, but these are just really cool to have. It's a nice way to get that consistent pull of servants, so you can maybe mulligan harder if you have a bunch of these in your hand or other stuff and you want to make sure you're getting casters and different things like that. It just adds a little bit of consistency and it's not bad for the attack and defense. Next was Tatamasa. So this was a 3-cost servant, 1000 attack, 1000 defense, also a Haishi. It has quick cast, so you can, it's the first servant that I can think of. I might be missing something, but first servant with quick cast, so you can play it at any time, your opponent's turn, your turn, main phase, non-main phase, anytime. And its enter effect is rest or reverse target servant. So you can play this when your opponent enters their battle phase. You can play it to rest or reverse a servant that they control before it's able to attack you. Or during your attack phase, you can, or main phase, I guess it doesn't matter when, but her enter effect is always useful essentially. So that's really cool. I really like that card actually. For blue, I feel like that would be something you would always want to run. Next we got Sunny, level 2 Sunny. Banish another Sunny, target enemy player discards a card. Play this ability only during your main timing. And then her tap effect, put target servant with cost 3 or less from an enemy graveyard into an allied servant zone if that servant was discarded from an enemy hand this turn. So this once again helps with some of the effects and stuff happening in this game with discarding, bouncing, different things like that. It's just going to be a lot of comboing going on, I think, which is going to be really awesome. Next we have Mew, level 2, banish another Mew, put all cards in your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order, then draw that many cards. So, basically like a World Tree Summoning, I think was the name of it, Enforce a Will. I really like that type of card, this type of effect, being able to mill through your deck without actually discarding and losing those cards, I think is really strong. Especially in this type of thing, with, like we saw a couple cards ago, being able to search your deck so you're able to shuffle your deck so you're not afraid of those cards permanently being at the bottom. Just do a search so you're shuffled and you have a chance at pulling them again. And then you can also tap her to destroy target non-insect servant if an insect servant you control was destroyed this turn. So you can throw out some just cheap insects that are just fodder and use your ability to destroy some large servants your opponent controls. Next we have level 2 Glow Desire. Banish another Glow Desire. Target allied servant gains 500 attack until end of turn. And you get to draw a card. So that second effect makes that really good, I think. If it was just the first effect, obviously that's not that great. And then her tap ability, target servant with an attack higher than its printed attack gains 2000 attack until end of turn. So if you use her first effect for that banish, draw a card, you buffed, say, 1000 attack servant plus 500. Now you can tap her, use her second effect, and now that originally was 1000 attack servant is now 3500 attack to both either kill a strong thing, break through a really high defense reverse servant, or some other effect. It's just really good to have. Next we have level 2 Karen Urania. Banish another Karen Urania until end of turn. The next time target allied servant would be destroyed by something that's outside of battle, so a card effect, an ability, anything like that. It just isn't destroyed, which is really good, especially considering like a destroy card is usually like 5 costs. So imagine them paying 5 for a conjure to destroy your servant, and you banish another Karen. Maybe they didn't know you have another Karen because it's face down and you already used the other Karen, and suddenly it's not destroyed. And then you can also tap her to draw 2 cards and discard a card if an allied servant was destroyed by a non-battle this turn. So if that first effect is gone, and you know I can protect them, at least you can tap her to get some sort of use out of that servant for its loss. A lot of level 2s. Level 2 Citra Case. She has 2 tap abilities, which is a little bit more unique. You can tap her and banish another Citrus and search your deck for a level 1 caster you do not control and put it into the field and then shuffle your deck. and you can only play this ability during your main timing. So usually tap abilities you can do anytime, like quick cast, so this says you can only do during main timing. So that really helps with searching your deck for other casters, especially if you're getting stuck putting down face down void things. This really can get you out of a bind. Downside is you're getting rid of 2 ether in order to tap her down, but her second tap ability is return a level 1 allied caster to its owner's hand. Up to 2 target allied cosmetics gain 1000 attack till end of turn. So this could help with some field clear. Sure, you're losing 1 will production with your caster, 1 ether production, but that double buff could break through reverse servants your opponent controls, or maybe some relatively strong attackers that you're just barely able to break through, and you need to just get them off the field because you're dying and really need that extra edge. Different things like that could really make or break a game. Next we have Marrow Loss. 1 cost cast or level 1 caster. Tap abilities banish this card and search your deck for a level 1 card named Sierra Traverse and put it into your field, then shuffle your deck. So once again, we've a whole lot of casters that can do similar abilities to that, which is pretty interesting. Next we got a Servant, 2 cost Tadanari, 500 attack, 1000 defense. It's another Haishi, so lots of Haishis, a lot of cool Haishi decks is going to come out of this, I think, because the sheer amount of Haishi we're getting, I don't think they would all fit in a deck safely. To say, I feel like the deck needs to narrow on just a certain amount. So the amount of deck variety of people narrowing in on different ones, or people trying to smush all of them into one deck, is going to be pretty interesting. But anyway, she has the ability, you may pay 1 less to play this card if a Haishi not named Tadanari was put into the field this turn. So since she's a 2 cost, she could potentially be a 1 cost 500, 1000, which would be pretty awesome most of the time. 1 cost cards are 500, 500, 0, 500 with abilities and different variations of that. So that's pretty cool. Next we have Tadamari, so 2 cost servant with 2000 attack and 0 defense. It's another Haishi, and she has Hubris. So this is the ability we had talked about before. Hubris is basically makes it so she can attack an enemy player even if there are reversed enemy servants. So Hubris just, it's almost like you can think of it as flying and no one else has flying on their servant, so you're just able to fly over everything if it has Hubris, which is pretty important and pretty strong in this game. Next we have Yoshitomo. It's a 4 cost servant with 3000 attack and 1000 defense. This is Genji, which is the other side of Haishi. You have Haishi and you have Genji. So I feel like we haven't seen as many Genji as Haishi overall. But her enter abilities reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, and you put all revealed Genjis from among them into your hand, and put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is extremely strong, I think. She has a really high attack, which is really great, considering she's a 4 cost with an effect. Being able to draw 4 cards, look at them, and grab the Genjis, especially if you're a servant heavy, Genji heavy deck, you're guaranteed to have a minimum of 1 Genji in there. I think that's extremely helpful. And in a game that revolves around just trying to populate your field with servants, and whoever has more servants has the upper hand most of the time, I think having an ability like that could prove to be extremely strong. But yeah, so that was all the revealed stuff, and I think we're getting close to the end here. I think I said that last week, but it feels like we're getting there. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of it was more generic this week and nothing groundbreaking like the last couple weeks. But it does introduce the possibilities of a couple more combos moving forward that I'm pretty excited to see. So next week we'll hopefully have some more cool stuff. So make sure you subscribed for this. Yesterday we had a gameplay video. If you guys missed that, every week we should be having a caster's gameplay and this caster spoiler talk, and maybe some more stuff coming in the future. So stay tuned.